Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this episode of the Dan Dawson Show. As you can see, the office is coming together. I got the pod here. I'm unpacking stuff. The office is a mess. The house is a mess. You know how it goes when you move. Just is what it is. But I wanted to play a video for you today. And see, most people think the United States of America is a democracy. It's not. It's a republic. What a republic does, right, is it doesn't let the majority completely take control. And people like AOC don't get this. Now, this bothers me because I get normal people who are just trying to go about their lives. I mean, I know people who work 16, 20 hours a day. They're just trying to go about their lives and provide for their kids. They don't have time to research this. But when you're a politician and it's your job to know stuff like this, that's very disturbing. Very disturbing. And AOC being one of those people who's a politician and who should know this. The job of a republic, the reason a republic is formed is to stop the majority from bullying the minority. Think about this, right? If America didn't operate as a republic, one, it would not be the nation of immigrants. It would be the nation of white immigrants. But it doesn't operate like that. Everybody has an opportunity in America, and I appreciate the way our founders set it up. To me, it's just become ridiculous. Now, I've always said AOC is an airhead who doesn't know anything. But let me show you how much she doesn't know. Here you go.
So I think that we have a combination of things going on right now. There are some areas, depending on where you are, especially, where we have strong democratic institutions. But overall, federally, I think there's a case to be made that the United States well, not even the case to be made. I think it's something that we know. Democracy in the United States is eroding. There are certain institutions since the founding of the United States that are fundamentally undemocratic. The United States Senate is one such example. But what makes the Senate fundamentally undemocratic is that it gives small groups of people the same amount of power as massive groups of people. And that is not democratic at all. So for example, New York City alone, let alone New York State, but New York City alone has millions of people.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, and so to AOC's so-called point there, understand, to end slavery, it was a small group of people. To change laws, even if I'm not pro-abortion, even though having talked to some people and going through a lot of Facebook, I've actually honestly become very pro-abortion. I think it should be forced. They should give you a test, and if you get past the test, then you should not have a kid. Not abortion per se, but like, you're dumb, dude. Here's your vasectomy. Now imagine a country, a world, I'm just giving you that for an example, a country where the majority of people thought like me. Just because a majority of people think something doesn't mean it's right. See, her whole thing is, oh, well, the majority, that's because she's in the majority right now. Look, that small voice was calling for defund the police, abolish the police. That's what they're calling for. Now look at these major cities. San Francisco, the mayor just came out and said, after a year of saying, abolish the police, and we're going to get rid of the police. But it shows you the ridiculousness of their standpoint. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. We're not a democracy. We are a republic. Think about it, right? If we were not a republic, not only would blacks not be free, farmers, your local farmers and your local butchers, and they'd be out of business. And she always talks about New York and New York City. I understand she's a representative from there. She does nothing for them. She's cost them tens of thousands of jobs and millions of dollars in income. But it's that New Yorker mentality. It's that New Yorker mentality. No, AOC, you're wrong. A small minority of the people should have their rights left intact. That's what we have the Constitution for. If you don't believe in the Constitution, that's on you. But you're not going to take away my God-given rights to anything. I don't know. I guess all I can say is it's ridiculous. But this is the stuff you need to be watching. There's things out there I'm going to be sharing them with you, especially at these a guilty pleasure I've developed. It's watching the Senate and congressional debates. I love them. I guess maybe because I've gotten older, but I've grew to love this because you see how the country works. And obviously AOC doesn't know. This bird brain. I don't know. I'm not going to say what I want to say. She's a bird brain. But remember, people, we're not a democracy. We are a republic. The republic is built to protect the minority from the majority. Think about this, right? Let's say in New York. God, I hate New York. God bless Texas. If the majority of people in New York City decided, hey, we're going to take all these farmlands and make them state, they could do that. They could take your personal property. Think about that. Something you've worked hard for. In my case, 5 generations have worked hard for. And they can just take it because that's what the majority wants. We are not a democracy. We are a republic. Ridiculous. And to think that a sitting US senator doesn't know that, she doesn't know much. But to think that she doesn't know that is really ridiculous. So, like, share, subscribe, keep your powder dry, and especially in these days and times, do what you got to do.